Hello, hello. Happy Thursday. Sorry, I'm 2 minutes late. I just got done putting my little ones to bed. Hallelujah. Okay, so I am coming on to share with you guys today a little bit about toxic living versus clean living. I've got some grocery must-to-have, a whole PDF with, see if you guys could see this, with grocery lists and meal planning, stuff like that. You can't see it because the light's weird. But anyway, while I wait for a couple of people to hop on, I have to tell you what happened in the past like 30 minutes. Hey, Caitlin. So I'm multitasking. My husband and I are in the process of moving, so he's been working in Florida all week and I'm home with the kids by myself all week. And so I'm always multitasking. And so I'm trying to give the kids a bath and I'm trying to warm up my own dinner. And so I'm running back and forth between the kitchen and the bath, and I was eating tacos for dinner. And so I had corn tortillas. And I didn't want to put them on the stove, so I put them in the toaster, and I tilted the toaster slightly because corn tortillas are flimsy, and so I tilted it slightly so they could lay flat and they wouldn't like just crumble up in the toaster. And so then I go back to check on the kids in the bath, and then I come back out and the toaster is complete like fire. I'm not talking like, oh, it's a little flame and it's kind of smoking. Fire. And holy crap. Like I didn't panic at all, but like everything, all of like the fire stuff that I learned when I was in elementary school, like started coming back to me. And I'm seeing all these like cartoon firemen, with speech bubbles above their head, like what to do when you're actually trying to deal with fire. And so, I wanted to just like start pouring water on it, but it was like electrical outlets and stuff like that. So I ripped it out of the wall, I unplugged it, and like, luckily it wasn't like scorching hot because I just grabbed it without thinking and ran outside with it, put it down and started like beating it with towels. And luckily I got it out. That was insane. That was insane. And the whole house smelled like smoke. It was smoky in our this happened so fast, you guys. Fire is terrifying. And anyway, and then, my kids get out of the bathtub. They're like, ew, what's that smell? And they're running around naked. And all of a sudden I see my son running away from me and I hear him go, whoops. And he turns around, stops in his track, turns around, and he goes to pick up something off the floor. I'm like, what did you get? What is that? How'd you get candy? And he comes over and brings me what looks like a big old Hershey's Kiss, but it's his poop. So that's how my night's been. Anyway, so tonight, the purpose of this event going live here tonight is to talk about toxic living versus clean living. I used to live a very toxic life. And, the sad part is that in most cases, even though I knew my choices could be better, I didn't realize how toxic I was and how much it was affecting my body and how much my choices would affect me years later. So one thing that I want to encourage you guys to think about is when you're making decisions, whether it's, eating something or doing something or investing in something, putting something on your skin, whatever, you have to think to yourself, is this a wise investment in my health and in my wellness? And I'm not just talking about money. I'm talking about an investment in terms of, are you going to regret it in the near future or the later future? Or is this something that is going to benefit you one way or another down the line? Okay, so toxic living. Let's talk about that. When I was living a really toxic life, I thought that I was doing things right. I was still exercising. I was trying to eat healthy so that I could get skinny. I was relying on, unhealthy yet easy ways to relieve stress and be socially happy. And so, for example, for a long time in life, my lifestyle, my toxic living looked like, okay, I wake up at 4:30 a.m. I get ready for work because I commuted about an hour and a half and I wanted to get there before the traffic. So I would, be on the road by 6 a.m. I would get to work before everyone else. I would drink coffee, lots and lots of coffee with lots and lots of artificial sweetener and the powdered creamer. And then I would try to not eat until lunch, which when you wake up at 4:30 a.m., really you're going to be starving by, 6 a.m. And then you should be eating again by 10 or 11 a.m. But I would try to go all the way until lunch without eating. And then I would take out my lunch that was like 100 calorie, Girl Scout cookie pack, a can of tuna, a Diet Dr. Pepper, nothing that had any nutritional value. But hey, it was diet food, so obviously it was healthy. So that would be my lunch, and then I would get off work around 4, trying to beat the traffic, commute an hour and a half back home, go to the gym, do the elliptical, which I hated. It did not bring me joy, but I knew I had to do cardio every day, so I'd do that for 30 minutes, and then I would go walk around the gym, do strength training for like another 45 minutes to an hour, and then I would go home. I would cook some sort of low calorie, low carb, low fat, nutrient zero dinner. Like I loved the Boca burgers. I would dip just Boca burgers, no carbs, right in ketchup. And that was basically it. Okay. And that was me trying to live a responsible, fit, and healthy lifestyle, but that was toxic living. And then you better believe anytime somebody said the word happy hour or Friday to Sunday, I was so done with starving and eating the stupid low calorie, low carb, low this, low that, that Friday to Sunday, it was whatever I want. I would drink pretty much the whole weekend. I would eat whatever I wanted the whole weekend. Every Monday morning, I would wake up thinking like, I feel disgusting. Why did I do that again? And that was it. That was my toxic lifestyle. And it was a cycle that I was stuck in for a long, long time. Can anyone relate to that feeling? And it doesn't even have to be to the effect of like, oh, you party all weekend and blah, 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 blah. But you're doing things that aren't necessary. You're trying to do something good, but it's not working. You're not feeling good. It's not an investment in your health or your wellness. And, it's not moving you forward in any goals that you actually have for yourself. You're just kind of like, why do I keep doing this? It's making me miserable. I feel bloated. I feel frumpy. I feel sluggish. And yet here I am. I'm not getting enough sleep. I'm not drinking enough water. And yet I can't quite, get myself to the point where I can make changes. Because this is you just get stuck in a cycle. It's like Groundhog Day where you can say to yourself, like, this is not the life that I want to be continuing to do over and over and over again, day in and day out. And yet it just keeps happening. Okay, that's toxic. It's toxic. Every decision you make, everything you put in your body, everything you put on your skin, everything you drink, everything, it's either going to work for you or against you. So really, really think about that. Think about, am I going to regret this in a couple of hours? And am I going to regret this as soon as the delicious flavor leaves my mouth and it hits my stomach and then I feel nasty? Am I going to regret this if I try to, not get enough sleep every night because I'm trying to catch up on so many things. You know, think about that. And it might not even be, here's another great example, not putting on sunscreen. Well, putting on sunscreen is toxic. Not putting on sunscreen is toxic. You have to find a balance. But in all of my 20s, I thought that sunscreen, I'm a Floridian, so I was like, sunscreen is just a gimmick. I don't have to use SPF or sunblock or do anything to take care of my skin. I regret that so much now that I'm turning 34 next month. This face would look a whole lot younger without all of the wrinkles and the sunspots and the sun damage that I have to cover up now, and that I invest in all of the skincare to try to diminish now. If I had just put on the freaking, sunscreen, if I had just found a natural sunscreen that worked for me and I would have smeared it on my face or worn a hat back then, 10 years ago, that would have been a wise investment in myself now. But we don't think about it. It's just like, whatever. It happens in an instant, and we continue making these little decisions that are toxic to ourselves now, but even more so toxic to our future selves. So hopefully that makes sense. Does this make sense to you guys? Am I making any sense? That's toxic. So living a clean lifestyle. Let me drink my water real quick. And before I go on, I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I don't have my vices. Drinking wine is toxic, but you better believe I will never not drink wine. An 80-day obsession, I'm not drinking it for 13 weeks. Thank you very much. Go me. But, that's like, I will responsibly have wine on Fridays and Saturdays for the rest of my life. But those types of decisions, you just have to be really aware and really intentional and be really realistic with yourself by looking at ingredients, looking at labels of products and foods and, things that you're putting into and on your body. And also just habits, getting enough sleep, drinking enough water, not doing things that are going to affect your health down the line. So clean living is when you are aware of that stuff, when you make a decision to drink water, okay? You might be like, water's so boring, you can't even taste it. You know what? You're doing it because it's an investment in your health. When you're hydrated, your body will function so much better. And you should minimally be getting half of your body weight in ounces of water every day, okay? It's gonna help with your skin, energy, it's gonna help with digestion, it's gonna help with so much. Drinking water is an investment in your health. Drinking soda is toxic, okay? Investing in foods that are clean and wholesome. A lot of people don't understand, like, what is clean eating? What is that? Clean eating is simple. The closer you can get to a food that doesn't have a label, okay, that only is one ingredient that you can see sitting right there, so it doesn't need a nutrition label, the cleaner you are, okay? So, example, Doritos, okay, they come from potatoes, right? And then a potato. Which one is the clean food here? There's the potato, you know what it is. There's only one ingredient in there, it's a potato. And there's Doritos that it's like, oh, well, whatever. They're just, potatoes with some other stuff on them, cheesy potatoes. It's a carb, it's fine. No, if you look at the ingredients in Doritos, you're not even gonna know what the heck, how it's even a food, okay? So, potato, clean. Doritos, toxic. And you can make those types of comparisons in so many different varieties. You know, always have a little, when you're in the grocery store, have a little label smackdown with yourself. You know, grab two similar items and look at the labels and think which one's clean and which one's toxic. And I bet one will stand out more so than the other, being clean and wholesome with ingredients where you know what it is, whereas the other one will just be like, why does it have dye in it? Why does it have so much artificial sugar? What is that word that has 45 letters in it? Toxic. Okay. So when you're living a clean and healthy lifestyle, you're making investments in your health and your wellness with every decision you make, things you're putting into your body, things you're drinking, getting enough sleep, exercise. When you want results in your health, in your fitness, in your vitality, then you've got to be really intentional and really proactive about eliminating the toxic decisions and focusing on a clean lifestyle. And part of this has to do with eliminating toxic people I won't say from your life, because some people, they're just gonna be there no matter what you do, but not letting them drag you down and realizing that they are a toxic person in your life and putting up a wall, not letting them affect you or phase you in your decision. PDF that I was going to go over. So, okay, here we go. Here is my non-toxic grocery list. This is seriously like what I eat on a regular basis, and it's even 80-day obsession for those of you who are doing this. This is like approved. Okay, grocery list. These are my whoops, lost you there for a second. Okay, so these are my must-haves. And I'm gonna give you guys the opportunity to download this PDF tomorrow, okay? Must-haves, proteins, chicken breasts. And again, anything is better if you can get it organic, okay? If you're not in a place where you can afford it, just pick the organic stuff that's on sale. And eventually you can transition to fully organic once you come up with meal plans that fit into your budget. But, it's better to just do it for the things that you can, instead of just saying, well, I can't buy it all organic, so I'm not gonna buy anything organic. Okay, chicken breasts. These are proteins. Chicken breasts, nitrate-free turkey lunch meat, Daisy 2% cottage cheese, and egg whites. Those are the proteins that I have in a day. Excuse my nails. I'm like, ugh, I look like an elementary school student. Carbohydrates, Ezekiel bread, corn tortillas, rolled or steel cut oats, and I always have brown rice on hand. Always. It's so cheap and easy. Fruits, banana, mango, apples. Veggies, spinach leaves, bell peppers, cucumbers, carrots. These are just my staples. This is like what my grocery list looks like all the time. Healthy fats, pesto. I'm obsessed with blue cheese right now, so blue cheese, but not everyone likes it. So pesto, some kind of cheese that's not American cheese. American cheese is toxic. Okay, a good cheese is gonna basically have ingredients that make sense. Cream, spices, that sort of thing. Peanut butter, one ingredient, peanut butter. Guess what the ingredient should be in peanut butter? Peanuts. Raw sunflower seeds. So those are my healthy fats. Pesto, cheese, peanut butter, raw sunflower seeds. And then other things that I always get, my superfood health shake that I have delivered every month, unsweetened almond milk, Mrs. Dash seasonings, they're salt-free, and I use pink Himalayan sea salt, LaCroix sparkling water, I had one around here somewhere, cinnamon, and Frank's Red Hot. I love that hot sauce. Okay, so basically how I meal prep, super simple. I crock the chicken, I shred it up. I make, I cook a whole bunch of oatmeal at one time so that it's ready, it's cooked, it's in a Tupperware for me in the refrigerator. And then I make egg white oats with that, which is just in the microwave. I'll slice up cucumbers and bell peppers so it's easy for grab and go, and that's it. So every day for breakfast, here's an example meal plan. And I eat really similar to this every single day, and I eat around 2,100 calories a day. Breakfast, I wake up, and I have my Superfood Frosty, which is usually either vanilla or chocolate peanut butter, something like that. I mix up my Superfood protein drink health shake with unsweetened almond milk, ice, half a frozen banana, and either 1 cup of spinach or a scoop of Power Greens, because I don't like veggies, so I would rather just sneak it in my morning shake. Then as a mid-morning snack, I have cottage cheese mixed with raw sunflower seeds, and then peanut butter on a slice of Ezekiel bread and cucumbers. And then my pre-workout meal, which is also my lunch because I work out in the afternoon, I will have peanut butter egg white oats with cinnamon and a side of carrots. Then I drink my pre-workout, I work out. When I'm done working out, I drink my post-workout protein shake, and then an hour later I have my post-workout meal, which is turkey pesto tomato sandwich. And then dinner is buffalo blue cheese chicken tacos with mango, which is basically the shredded chicken with the buffalo sauce, 2 corn tortillas, chopped bell peppers, blue cheese, crumbles, and mango on top. And so that's basically like what a full day meal would look like. And some pro tips: the more you can buy organic, the better. Buy chicken in bulk when it's on sale, crock it all, and then freeze it when it's shredded. Okay, that way when you unfreeze your chicken, it's already cooked and shredded, and you can just easily use it. Let's see, eat the same, make a week-long meal plan, and just eat the same every day to save yourself time and money. If you're like, oh, well, I don't want to eat the same every day, that's fine, but don't complain about your budget if you want to eat something different and creative every single day. Okay. And then, every week, think of a new recipe you want to try. Something new, clean. If you guys go on Pinterest and you type in clean, I don't know, what's some kind of food that you love? Clean nachos, clean, clean blue cheeseburgers, clean, I don't know. Pinterest is going to have the answers for you. It's going to have some fun recipes for you to try. So incorporate one fun new recipe a week, and if you love it, then stick it in your arsenal to continue using. Pro tip, read the food labels and the ingredients, okay? Stick with whole foods. The closer you can get to the single ingredient of a food, the better. And just know when you properly nourish your body and you're living a clean life, not a toxic life, you're gonna feel better. You're gonna feel better. You're gonna look better. Your hair, your skin, your nails are gonna be better. Your energy is gonna go up. It's just all gonna be better, okay? Caitlin, you've never eaten peppers or tomatoes or pesto. Well, maybe you should try them. Maybe you should try them. Clean goulash. That's such a funny word. Okay, so that's really it. I'm gonna briefly go over how I transitioned from such a confused, toxic lifestyle to clean living. Okay, how do I handle the picky little eaters, Sally? They eat the same a lot too, because they are picky little eaters. So once a week, they're having peanut butter sandwiches for dinner. Whole grain bread, 1 ingredient peanut butter. Okay, they have peanut butter sandwiches with sliced banana. Every single day, my daughter has multigrain waffles with sliced strawberries on top. My son loves fruit. They both love fruit. My daughter loves vegetables. She loves carrots and hummus. She likes crispy romaine lettuce. My son, I can't really get him to eat anything but fruit. So, at least it's fruit, but he is picky. He'll eat yogurt, fruit, peanut butter and toast, and basically like Annie's cheddar bunnies, and that's it. My daughter, she's pretty easy though. Oh, he likes meatballs, so I get him turkey meatballs. What else? Anything that I get them though, it's gonna be multigrain pasta, multigrain bread, multigrain waffles, 1 ingredient peanut butter. I don't let them have like jelly. I recently eliminated juice from their diets, cold turkey. I was just like, nope, you guys aren't having juice anymore. Sorry about your luck. And they didn't put up a fight. They drink ice water, and they got excited about that. They drink whole milk too. Yeah. So, I mean, that they change every week. Like, I wish I had a good meal plan, healthy meal plan for kids. They literally, one week will be nailing it. It'll be like, yes, everything I'm making is a win. And then the next week they think everything, the same exact stuff is absolutely disgusting. Like, my son will literally look at something and just shudder. Like, I can't even handle it, the sight of it. And it's something that he like devoured the day before. So, kids, 2 and 4 years old, they're nut jobs, more so the 2-year-old. My 4-year-old's pretty level-headed most of the time when she's not being a diva. So, okay, I'm just gonna quickly tell you how I transitioned from living a super toxic, confused lifestyle that I didn't even realize was so toxic, that I was just way overcomplicating, to where I'm at now. And it's, you know, growing, you guys have probably read my story. You know, I don't know how long you've been following me, but I share pretty openly, and I've struggled with just abusing substances and having really low self-esteem and self-worth, and just constantly feeling uncomfortable in every situation that I'm in. And so that caused me to just live a really toxic lifestyle, because I was always aggravated with everything and felt uncomfortable and was constantly trying to change and was always into this just inner battle. And so I took out those frustrations a lot on food and what I put into my body. And so when I was finally married and I knew we were going to have children, I was pregnant with my first baby, I knew I had to make a change. You know, I was like, the last thing, it would crush me if my daughter, I didn't know she was going to be a girl. We waited for a surprise, which was amazing. But obviously she ended up being a girl. And it would crush me if I watched her grow up, you know, go through puberty, which is already so hard on kids as it is. And she just never blossoms. She just never really figured out how to be confident in who she was and how to just not care what other people think. And, you know, I don't want her to be like me, the me that I was growing up. And so I knew I needed to change that. So when she was about 6 months old, I kind of felt myself getting obsessive over, like, I was lonely. We were living in Albuquerque, New Mexico. My husband worked a lot. I was lonely. You know, I have social anxiety. So like going out and play dates and moms and blah, 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 like that freaks me out. So I wasn't getting out of the house much, and it was just Groundhog Day over and over and over again. Wash the bottles, nurse the baby, mop the floor over and over and over. And I was like losing it. And, you know, the weight wasn't coming off. I had a C-section with her. So I just felt like my body was just not letting go of just the fluff after the surgery. And I was getting really frustrated. And I'm like, oh my God, here I go again. It's happening. I'm like getting inside my own head again. And here's this beautiful 6-month-old baby girl. I need to be a better example for her. So one of my friends, she was sharing on social media about this 25-minute-a-day program that came out. And she had reached out to me lots of times before, and I ignored her for like a year and a half, 2 years. And finally, you know, it was just the right timing. I was spiraling again, and I needed something. So she's like, hey, Nicolette, why don't you give this 25-minute program a try? I think you'd really love it. And so I did. I bought it, and I was like, don't even try and give me that Shakeology stuff. I don't want it. I can't afford it. It doesn't fit the budget. I don't drink my food. I chew my food, blah, blah, blah. And so I just got the T25 program, and I loved the workouts, loved them. And I got plugged into a challenge group, which is basically an online accountability group, which is great for me, the Miss Introvert social anxiety over here, because I didn't have to actually go anywhere, and nobody could intimidate me because it was all online. And so, but I loved it. I loved being able to feel connected that way, especially since I didn't get out of the house much. It made me feel like I was connecting and being a part of something. And so I saw the other girls in the challenge group. They're like, oh, we love our Shakeology. Oh my gosh. And so I was like, it's helping them get results, and they make it sound like it's so delicious. So I guess I'll try it. And I remember I told my husband, I'm like, I want to order the Shakeology stuff. And he's like, Nicolette, if you want to order the Shakeology stuff, that's fine, but we can try it for 1 month and that's it. And so I got my hands on it. I fell in love. You know, the coaching opportunity was presented to me, which I'm going to share all about in about 30 minutes, right on my like page too. And, you know, the rest was history. Getting those results from home, I fell in love with Shakeology. It completely helped me detox and de-bloat all of the toxins that I had been just shoving into my body for like the decade and a half prior. Literally, I just felt so much being pushed out. You know, I lost all the baby weight and I got into better shape than I was before I had Evangeline within 8 weeks of starting. And then within 10 weeks, or was it 12 weeks? I think 10 or 12 weeks, I realized I was pregnant again. And I'm like, oh my gosh, here I am. I'm in love with these fitness programs. I'm in the best shape of my life. I'm now an online health and fitness coach and I'm having another baby. How is this gonna work? This is gonna be crazy. Like nobody's gonna want the coach who's like getting enormous. But it actually was a beautiful thing, you know, living a clean lifestyle while you're pregnant is so important. So important. Like, why wouldn't that be the time when people focus the most on not living a toxic life? Junk food, sugar cravings, you know, giving into all the things that we give into when our hormones are going, blah, and we're like, well, whatever, I'm pregnant. I can do what I want. Whatever, I'm not gonna work out. I'm too tired. I'm pregnant. Whatever, I'm pregnant. give me the freaking McFlurry. I'm pregnant. I know what it's like. I've been there. And I was more lenient on myself when I was pregnant. And I did cry multiple times over the fact that my hamburger did not have enough cheese and mayonnaise on it. Although I don't even like mayonnaise, but I loved it when I was pregnant. Mayonnaise and bacon. Ugh. But, you know, I was more lenient on myself, but so many people are like, well, I would, you know, do this program, Nicolette, but I'm pregnant. And I'm like, okay, like, what are you talking about? That's all the more reason to be taking care of yourself and focusing on your nutrition and eating right and giving yourself guidelines and boundaries that are going to work for you so well. You're not restricting calories. You're not going on a diet. This is a clean and healthy lifestyle where you're nourishing your body with a superfood shake that's made out of whole foods with no artificial ingredients that's going to improve your vitality, reduce your cravings, you know, help that is an investment in your health that will help you down the line, years to come, by eating that sort of food every single day. And these are foods, the whole purpose of Shakeology is to equip us with nutrition and ingredients, quality, uncompromised stuff that we can't get our hands on here in the United States, because everything, the soil, the produce, the crops, it's all turned to garbage here. You know, even the organic stuff isn't what it used to be. And so the whole purpose of it is to give you that in the form of dried juicing, a bag, a 30-day supply, super easy for you to blend up and drink every single day. Best investment that I have ever made in my health and my wellness, hands down. Okay, so where was I going? So I found out I was pregnant again. I continue on my health and fitness journey. I'm drinking my Shakeology every day. I'm doing my workouts every single day, you know, and you can work out while you're pregnant. If you're working out before, you can do it during, right? Obviously, you have to chat with your doctor about stuff and listen closely to your body. I couldn't do cardio while I was pregnant. Once I hit around 15 weeks, I was like, nope, no cardio. So I did a lot of lifting. And then in my last trimester, I had really bad sciatic issues. So most of the time I couldn't even walk, but I still stuck to the nutrition part of things. I was eating a crap ton of calories, obviously, because I was pregnant, but I was keeping things clean and healthy and making smart choices, except for And it's only in Albuquerque. So if any of you live in Albuquerque, I shouldn't even tell you. I'm not even going to tell you. Never mind. I'm not going to tempt you with it. It was a special treat that I loved so much. I would have it once a week. Pretty much my whole pregnancy. Anyway, whatever. It was organic and vegan. So I continued on that through my whole entire pregnancy. I had a healthy 9.5 pound baby boy. And then once again, after having 2 babies in 2 years, 1 C-section, 1 VBAC, 10 days overdue, almost 10 pounds, 2 cross-country moves, I was still living this clean, healthy lifestyle. Again, got back into the best shape of my life after having Lachlan. And my daughter and my son, they watch me every day working out. They know what a workout is. When it's Lachlan's nap time, I'm like, Lachlan, come on, we gotta go upstairs. It's time for your nap. He goes, Mama, you doing a workout? He knows. Mama works out when he naps. My daughter, they respect it. When I have to work out with both of them, they know like, okay, we can gallivant around her and do our thing, but we're gonna let her finish this workout. It is part of the routine. And they know clean eating. My daughter, what was it the other day? She said no to something that somebody tried to give her, some sort of food, and she was like, no, that has sugar in it, and sugar's not healthy for your brain and your thinking. And she just hears these things that I talk about, and they're always watching. They're always watching, just like they will pick it up like that. If you cuss in front of them, they'll also pick it up like that when you're making healthy, smart decisions in front of them. And that was my whole purpose for committing and for transitioning from toxic living to clean living, is because I knew my kids are watching. They're gonna be watching. Your kids are watching. If you're someone who's like, I want to make a change, I eat too much junk, I'm drinking the soda, I'm drinking way too much caffeine, I'm not working out, I'm stressed out, I'm high strung, I'm this, I'm that, or the other. Your kids are watching that. They see that, and they duplicate what you do, and they will become that. They will. It's inevitable. I am so much like my mom. It's terrifying. They will become that. And so if you want to make a change, you have to do it for their sake. If you have habits that you're like, I don't want my kids to have this kind of habit. I don't want them to live this lifestyle. You have to change it and live the lifestyle that you want them to live and set the example for them. So if that's not reason enough, I don't know what is. But back to it, it's like my whole life, I thought I was into health and fitness. I thought I was making healthy choices and living a fit and healthy lifestyle, but it was toxic. It was extremely toxic. And it wasn't until I found this system that simplified everything for me. Finally, I didn't have to overcomplicate things or guess or waste time trying to macros and find workouts online and recipes on Pinterest and, spend 2 hours every day trying to figure out, how I was going to live a healthy life through Pinterest and YouTube and, MyFitnessPal and counting my steps and, all of that, and seeing if my macros, how many calories did I burn? How many macros did I eat? Who can I follow on Instagram that's going to give me some workouts and some recipe ideas? No, now I just have it all at my fingertips, and it's so simple. I'm always following a program. I can work out right at home. And if I don't want to work out at home, I could work out at the Y. I could go to the gym and work out. I could throw down at a park somewhere, do my workout. My nutrition, I've never eaten more in my life. And that's an amazing feeling. And I love that my daughter sees me eating all the time. I love that she sees mommy eating carbs, okay? When she goes through the phase where she's like, I can't eat carbs because I'm trying to lose weight, I am just gonna have to pin her up against the wall and have a serious chat with her. I love that this is the example I set for them. You sweat every day, you work hard, you want your workout to be hard, and then you eat clean, you eat healthy. Okay, you eat your vegetables. It doesn't matter if you don't like them. You eat them because it's an investment in your health. You eat them because it's going to make you feel better. It's going to help with your digestion because your body needs fiber and nourishment. You know, you don't just eat food because it tastes good. You should enjoy your food. You guys, clean food is freaking delicious. But it doesn't, and here's another hint. Okay, it's hard to pull yourself from toxic living and put yourself into clean living because when you've been doing something for so long, your body is naturally going to want to just go back to what it was doing. Okay, if you have chocolate every day after lunch, your body is going to tell you as soon as your lunch is over, have the chocolate. You need the chocolate. Where's the chocolate? Why aren't we eating the chocolate? I need the chocolate. Where's the chocolate? That's just how it happens. But every time you catch it and you're like, I'm smarter than this. I know what's going on here. I'm not going to give you the chocolate. And then every single day from here on out, every time I'm smarter than my cravings, they're going to diminish more and more and more. Okay, so it's not easy to break habits, but it is something that you can do. You just have to be smarter than your cravings, okay? And so once you pull yourself out of it and once you plug yourself into more nutritional things and clean living, you're gonna start to crave the clean stuff, okay? You're gonna start to think, the other day I went to take a bite of something. Oh, I think it was a Reese's. I don't know how I got it. But I was like, oh, what am I doing? I'm just gonna see how this tastes. And it was like, it hurt my mouth. It was so sweet, like disgusting. I would much rather have my Shakeology than a Reese's because it is just so overwhelmingly sugary and sweet, like immediate cavity. And it's because I have been doing the clean thing for so long. The toxic thing it's not even an issue anymore, you know? And that's same with like coffee. I used to go every Friday to McDonald's. I called it Fun Coffee Friday. This was back when I was a teacher. It was Fun Coffee Friday, and I would go to school on Friday with my fun coffee. And at McDonald's, I would order a sugar-free, fat-free, vanilla iced latte, light on the ice, and that was my Fun Coffee Friday. And if I went to drink that now, it would probably just taste like artificial caramel syrup in a cup with whole milk. Like disgusting. You know, yeah, exactly. Your palate changes and it starts to crave the better choice. The longer you give it the better choice, the more it's going to crave the better choice. The health investment, if you will, not the toxic thing. Your body knows that it can't do anything with the toxic crap. It's just telling you you want it because that's what you've been doing for so long. You know, if you give it proper nourishment, your cravings are going to go away a lot easier because it's finally getting the nutrition that it needs. 8:45. Okay. One more example and then I have to hop off and get ready for my coach call, which is going to be at 9 p.m. right here, same spot, where I'm going to share 2 pots a day. Caitlin, my gosh, how much water do you drink? Do you even drink water? Is it all coffee? Anyway, I'm going to go live in about 15 minutes and talk all about coaching. What I do, like what I'm doing right here, right now, what it entails, how I went from a first grade teacher to a confused stay-at-home mom to a 6-figure earning CEO of her own home fitness business, and how there is opportunity in that for you as well. So that's in about 15 minutes. But anyway, oh yeah, one more example. Water, okay? Investment in your health. If you wake up, the first thing you do, when you wake up, hopefully you're gonna wake up tomorrow. When you wake up, the first thing you do is chug as much water as you possibly can, okay? And when that's the first thing you're gonna give your body, you're gonna find yourself thirsty for water the whole rest of the day. You're gonna crave water the whole rest of the day because you have already inundated your body with fresh water first thing in the morning. So try that tomorrow. Chug a whole bunch of water. Okay, you guys, I'm gonna hop off. Thank you for joining me. Hopefully this was helpful. And hopefully I'll see you guys back in about 13 minutes for my coaching event, because I am super duper pumped about that one. And I cannot wait to share about this massive opportunity to change your life, to invest in your health and your wellness, your family, your financials through coaching. Okay, see ya.